All right, let's get right into it. I want you to try and forget everything you think you know about UFOs. Because today, we're diving into a set of claims that suggest the real secret, well, it isn't about aliens from some distant planet. It's about a human technology that's been suppressed, a technology that could literally change the world as we know it. To really understand the scale of what we're talking about, we have to start here. This is from a declassified Canadian government memo written way back in 1950. Think about that. At the absolute height of the Cold War, this matter was considered more secret than the hydrogen bomb. And according to the source material for this explainer, that unbelievable level of secrecy, it's been kept up for over 70 years.
So, that's the big question, right? What is this ultra-secret matter? For decades, we've all been encouraged to look up to the stars for the answer. But the documents we're looking at today claim something totally different. They say the real secret has been right here on Earth the whole time, and it's been deliberately hidden behind the whole alien story.
And that brings us to the absolute core of this whole thing. According to the source, the biggest cover-up in human history isn't about who might be visiting us, it's about what we, as in humanity, have already discovered.
Here's the central claim, and it is a complete game-changer if it's true. The idea is that since the 1950s, we have had revolutionary energy and propulsion technologies. So the big secret isn't that aliens are here, it's that we already have the keys to a totally new kind of civilization, and someone has kept them locked away.
So what is this tech? Well, at the heart of it all is something called zero-point energy. It's the concept of tapping into the limitless energy of the quantum vacuum, the actual fabric of space itself. We're talking about a technology that could mean the end of pollution, an end to poverty, an end to wars over resources. The implications are just staggering. And that, the source claims, is exactly why it's been kept secret.
So why? What's the motive for a secret that big? Well, as they say, follow the money. This number offers a pretty big clue. Our source material points to analysis suggesting that $22 trillion have been illegally funneled into these kinds of secret projects. So this isn't just about protecting big oil. It's about a vast, hidden economy that's been built on top of this secret.
Okay, so how in the world did we get here? How could a secret of this magnitude ever be kept? And how could control of it be lost? Well, the source material lays out a pretty shocking timeline of events that allegedly turned a legal government project into a completely rogue criminal enterprise. So here's how the story goes. It starts back in the 40s, with the military studying Foo Fighters and getting their hands on advanced Nazi tech after the war. Then, 47, Roswell happens, and boom, the CIA and the Air Force are born. By 1954, the source claims gravity control technology is a reality. But then comes the critical turn. By 1956, President Eisenhower himself is apparently pushed aside by powerful corporate and military interests. The whole program goes rogue. And this, the source suggests, ultimately leads to the assassination of JFK, who is trying to get that control back.
And it's really important to understand this distinction. A legal black project is secret, sure, but it's still accountable to the president, to parts of Congress. What this allegedly became was something else entirely, an illegal operation, a state within a state, funded illegally and operating completely outside the law, accountable to absolutely no one. You've probably heard this famous warning from Eisenhower before, but in this context, it takes on a whole new, chilling meaning. The documents claim this wasn't some vague, general caution. It was a deeply personal, incredibly specific warning from a president who had seen it with his own eyes. He'd watched a powerful faction of military and corporate interests literally seize control of the most important secret on the entire planet.
So let's say you have this world-changing technology. How do you possibly keep it hidden from the public, from Congress, and even from other presidents? Well, according to the source, you pull off one of the biggest, most sophisticated psychological warfare campaigns in the history of the world.
The logic behind it is actually pretty simple and pretty cynical. If the public is absolutely terrified of some hostile alien threat, they're not going to be demanding access to UFO technology. No way. They're going to be demanding protection. And that justifies all the secrecy, all the black budgets, and the push to weaponize space. The alien threat, the source alleges, is just the ultimate cover story. So here's the alleged playbook. Step 1. You stage events. You use these man-made alien reproduction vehicles, or ARVs, to fake abductions and other scary stuff. Step 2. You create fear. You build this narrative of hostile aliens to make everybody afraid to even touch the topic. And step 3, you control that narrative with disinformation.
making sure anyone who gets too close to the real secret is discredited. Now, this is where it gets really wild. To make the whole deception believable, the source claims this rogue group actually bioengineered what they call programmed life forms, essentially synthetic beings designed to look like aliens, used as creepy little actors in these staged abduction events.
And then there's this bombshell allegation from the source. Werner von Braun, the father of the U.S. space program, is said to have given a deathbed warning. He allegedly confessed that there was a long-term plan to use a fake alien threat to justify building space-based weapons, and that the whole thing, in his words, is a lie.
Okay, so all of this brings us to the present day. After decades of all this alleged deception and crime, the source material we're looking at claims we're reaching a critical endgame, and it makes a direct appeal for those on the inside to finally come forward.
And the list of alleged crimes is just staggering. We're talking about murder to enforce secrecy, kidnapping staged to look like alien abductions, the theft of trillions of dollars, and a treasonous deception of not just the public, but the entire government.
This is where the source basically throws down the gauntlet. It makes a direct call to action, arguing that because these projects are illegal to begin with, all those non-disclosure agreements and secrecy oaths are totally void. It's a declaration that insiders now have legal protection to tell the world what they know.
But the source warns of one final terrifying move, a staged, false flag alien invasion. Think of it as a cosmic 9/11, an event designed to scare the entire planet into accepting a new level of global military control, all built on a lie that started over 70 years ago.
So, in the end, we're left with this enormous question. Is this all just a wild, unbelievable conspiracy theory? Or is it the story of the greatest crime in human history, the suppression of world-changing technology, all for the sake of power and profit? The source material claims the answer has been hidden from all of us, right in plain sight.